Why, it's Patrick Peterson of the Arizona Cardinals signing our board, putting a Sharpie to the board right there. There you go. Patrick Peterson. How are you, Patrick? You good over there?
I'm doing all right.
Well, as soon as you, please sign in. It's like an old game show. There's Patrick Peterson signing in, and come on over here. The Arizona Cardinal defensive back, 5th year in the league, Pro Bowl every single year. Right here on the show. How are you, bud? Good to see you. Good to see you. Take a seat.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you. Last time we spoke was when you were on a golf course with Carson Palmer, Michael Floyd. Who else were you golfing with that day? Who'd you tee it up with that?
It was Mike Floyd.
Yeah.
I forget the fourth.
Well, did you recall who won?
Mike Leach, the long snapper.
Mike Leach, the long snappers are golfers too.
Yep.
So who won that day? Who won? Because I remember Carson got on the phone and I said, you know, you've got to hold your own here as a quarterback.
Yep.
And who won?
Carson ended up winning.
He did.
He ended up winning by one stroke.
How is your golf game? What is your golf game?
I'm okay. You know, I'm a 4, so I can hit the ball.
4 handicap?
Yeah, I can hit the ball a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is your my God? So you. Not many defensive backs actually have a golf game. Mm-hmm. No kidding.
Yeah, I'm one of very, very few.
Right.
You know, so I've been playing the game for about 4 years now, self-taught.
Right.
And in the off season, I don't have anything else to do but golf. So
right.
I'm guessing apparently that's how I got pretty good at it.
Oh my gosh. Patrick Peterson here on the Rich Eisen Show, Super Bowl 50. You're here care of Old Spice.
Yep.
Right there.
Got some little odor blocker here.
You've got an odor blocker situation going on.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a matter of moments. So what do you think of Super Bowl 50's matchup? Break this one down for me. Be part of the paparazzi for me.
Honestly, I think it's a great matchup. You got a hot team in Carolina Panthers, and you got the Denver Broncos who found their, I guess, their way of winning ball games late in the season and getting them the first place position in the playoffs, which was almost on the scare of not making the playoffs. But I think it's going to be a great game. It's definitely going to be a Super Bowl for the ages because Cam Newton, the guy who the stage is not bright enough for. You got Peyton Manning, who's possibly playing his last game. You got Von Miller on one side. You got Josh Norman on the other side. It's a lot of marquee matchups.
Well, but where do you stand on the Cam celebration? Because you've heard all this whole conversation that he shows up the opponent, act like you've been there before. You've been an opponent.
Right.
You've been on the business end of some dabbing and things of that nature. Yeah. So what do you think?
I mean, defenses are put out there to stop him from scoring and stop him from doing the things that he do. But at the end of the day, I mean, he's having fun. And when you're out there playing a kid's game, although it is the NFL, but he's been doing it for so long, it's a kid's game. And if you want to go out there and have fun, dance, dab, let him do it. And only way you can stop him from doing it is not letting him in the end zone. So I believe Cam is just having fun with the game. He's bringing a different light to the NFL, but I don't see nothing wrong with it.
So do any other people in the NFL? Any other players in the NFL?
I'm quite sure a lot of guys have problems with it, you know, but every guy's different. You know, yeah, Cam, he's been a Heisman Trophy winner before. He's won a national championship before. He's doing the same things that he did. What got him here and why change?
Patrick Peterson here on the Rich Eisen Show. What is it, the business decision like when Cam is coming around the end, carrying the ball, and there you are, from your position, and there he is at his position, at his size. What is that like for you making that, as Deion Sanders calls it, a business decision to put him down on the ground?
I wouldn't necessarily call it a business decision because I have to do whatever I need to do to help my team win this ball game.
Okay.
And if it calls me to making that tackle at that given time, I have to make it happen.
Sure.
Business decisions don't really go through my head. But you definitely want to be smart about tackling, you know, first and foremost. But when you see Cam Newton coming around the corner, in my opinion, the only thing I can do is just tie his shoelaces for him, man, so he can trip over his own feet. Because the guy is 6'6", 260, runs a 4.4, is a powerful, powerful guy, and he can run right through me. So that my business decision will be is tying his shoelaces for him.
I like it. I don't know if you can do that in real time.
I know,
he's somewhat fast. His feet are moving. And what do you think of the pants? The Cam
pants?
Yeah.
I thought it. Honestly, I thought it was a little bit over the top because The shoes was I'm a fashion guy.
I know, that's why I'm asking you.
I thought the pants was enough.
Yes.
But the shoes was a little bit too much. Then the jacket, I just thought he should have, by the pants being as loud as they were,
yes,
should have just planed it out with the shoes, wore some color pop, like maybe some gold shoes or just solid black, and just left it simple up top with maybe a leather jacket. Or
so what does it rise to the standard of if you were there? Does it rise to the standard of, Cam, do you really want to leave the house like that?
Yeah,
or
I was like, oh man, Cam, you might want to second guess that outfit.
Yes, yeah.
But Cam, he's very, very comfortable in his skin, as we know. And,
that's what we've been talking about the last 5 minutes, essentially.
And he thought it was very, very fashionable and fresh.
Yes, he did.
Kudos to him.
Dion did tell him on media night that those are must-win pants.
Yeah.
That if you walk out of the house into a Super Bowl plane and arrive in the Super Bowl in those pants, those are must-win pants. You can't
I have to
lose
agree with
this
that
game
one.
now.
I have to agree with that.
Okay, I got Patrick Peterson from the Arizona Cardinals here on the Rich Eisen Show. So how do you assess the Cardinals season? What do you call it?
Honestly, I thought it was a very, very successful season because we did something that we'd never done before. You know, although we're still one of the oldest franchises to be in that championship drought, but I feel that we're definitely taking the proper steps into being a champion. You know, we have a great coaching staff, and Coach Aarons, he's put together a great staff to help us evolve as one of the teams to be reckoned with in the NFL. And the ownership upstairs has been Steve Kynes, Mr. Bidwell's been doing a great job of putting the pieces to the puzzles and helping us be the team that we are today. But we've done a lot of great things this year. You know, being the number 2 ranked offense this year versus being 29th or whatever it was last year. Being top 5 defense when we was top 10 last year. You know, so we're definitely taking the proper steps into being where we want to be.
There was a conversation in the national media, as well as, I don't know if locally, but that Carson had such a bad game against Carolina that it would be tough to follow him into another season. How would you take that?
Nah, I don't see that happening at all because, you know, Carson's our guy, and in my opinion, I thought the index finger injury definitely paid dividends into the last 3 to 4 games that we had to play because, you know, as good as I know, everything goes through your index finger, and he had to get that thing wrapped up, and every single game getting treatment on it constantly, weekend, day in and day out.
So hitting that helmet in that game against Philadelphia.
No question. I think that definitely paid dividends.
And then Tyrann Mathieu got hurt at the end of that game too. So
screwed up a lot of our matchups, but at the end of the day, Coach, we always go by the slogan, next man up, and we did everything that we could to help ourselves win that ball game. Just Carolina had they played better than we did that night, and they executed more plays than we did to win the ball game.
Patrick Peterson here. Before I let you go, we talk Old Spice. I noticed all your tweets about Calvin Johnson. You know, where did that come from? Essentially, what part of your football psyche did those tweets come from about how you?
Well, you know, before I even got into the league, you know, I always wanted to match up with Calvin Johnson. You know, because he was the guy. By me coming out of college, he was the big commodity receiver. Had his own nickname, Calvin Johnson. Megatron.
Sure.
And he was doing so many unbelievable things. Now you have Team Bison him at the line of scrimmage, doing a lot of different things for this receiver. And when I had the opportunity to go up against him, play in and play out, guard him one-on-one every single play, I had a great respect for him. The way he treated himself on the field, off the field, the way he respected his opponents, and the caliber of athlete that he was on the field, and the things that he was able to do. And for me to be a defensive back, to go up against him and guard him over the last 4 years, and to see the player that he has evolved to, it definitely was an honor to go up against him when I had the privilege to.
Yeah, and Fitzgerald's on your team too.
Yeah, that's another, in my opinion, another Hall of Famer that I have the pleasure of working with each and every day.
And just seeing who he is too, just a person.
Yeah,
he's one of my favorites.
No question. Larry's a great guy. I'm definitely happy that he's still Arizona.
So let's talk about Old Spice. What's going on here?
We got obviously Old Spice is has a proven track record.
Yes.
Providing product performance, and now that they're taking their the game to the next level.
Sweat defense.
Yeah.
So are you a lockdown sweat defender?
No
Essentially,
question, I'm a lockdown
okay.
sweat defender.
So what's happening here? Okay.
And they're launching this new line of the hardest working collection, which features odor blocker, sweat blocker, and also dirt defender.
Oh. Look at you.
Which is very, very huge for me, and is also has legendary protection for legendary men like myself. So I'm definitely a big user. And Rich, if you want to use some of it, I have a.
Well, I don't know if you're. Is that a hint? Is that a hint that I you know? I mean,
no, you don't stink. Just
thank you.
Just
well, my job is to never
better.
let my job is to never let anybody see me sweat. So I'm all in. I'm all in,
but
and I know
you know you got the 40 coming up.
Yes. What,
in about a month or so?
That's correct.
So after you run your 40 in your suit, you can hit yourself with a little spray or odor blocker or a sweat defender, because you're going to sweat in that suit when you run that.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. For the third time when I don't crack 6 seconds in the first two. Trust me, I know.
A nice care package for it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So go to oldspice.com for more information. The hardest working collection performance lineup, as brought right here by Patrick Peterson. It is great to see you.
Thank you, Rich.
Come visit us in Los Angeles when you're in town.
Will do.
I know if you're coming in with your golf game and your single-digit handicap, my gosh, definitely come on in. It's good to see you.
Same, Rich.
That's right. Patrick Peterson here on the Rich Eisen Show. So much more still to come here on our Wednesday, middle of the week, Super Bowl 50 edition.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.